My man, you are not ready what I have for you today because I taught AI Iman Gadzhi's content strategy and it made me 12.4K in less than 30 days. As you guys know already, Iman Gadzhi is the big dog in the online space. Like every usual online entrepreneur could be compared to him like Nemo here to this big ass shark because he knows high ticket, mid ticket, low ticket, literally everything. These guys just maxed out everything. That's why I was like, okay, I must learn exactly what this guy is doing. So I spent the time to analyze his targeting and conversions. Then I fed every single bit of knowledge into ChatGPT. And then my client, as you're going to learn from this voice memo, closed a 7K deal.
Like we had, for example, we have one lady who booked a call a couple of days ago just from YouTube. She just found me randomly on YouTube. I think watched the organic VSL, opted in, booked a call, and she is on the verge of paying 7 grand. Like,
And me personally, I took away 5.4, 5.6K cash collected with understanding targeting and conversions. And today, guys, look, if you have a problem with appearing in front of your ICP, or you just don't know how to exactly get in front of your target audience, or you don't exactly know how to convert them, look, this is going to be as much in depth as possible. So after watching this video, you can implement it for yourself, get in front of your target audience as fast as possible, and convert them into dollars, into clients. Because we're not focusing right here on views, but we are focusing on getting as much value possible to the viewer, which will turn back into as much dollars as made possible on our side. So with that said, let's just get into the targeting, because exactly how to get in front of your target audience. But firstly, there is a simple process about understanding, firstly, who you want to attract, and then how to get their attention. These two things must go hand in hand. Who you are trying to attract and how to attract them. So let's start with exactly who to attract and how to understand who to exactly attract. But firstly, you have to understand what is the product that you're selling. And I here written down my own example because I'm selling a done for you, done with you help to get more clients from YouTube organic. This is what I sell. And with this, I'm going to go through exactly how this would exactly go. So with that said, what is your product? Until you don't understand the product, you wouldn't understand who exactly would buy the product. So we have to understand what is the product and who would be the exact person who would buy the product. So what is the niche that would buy the product? For me, it's B2C coaches, info product sellers, and growth operators. These are the people who are looking for clients in the online space, especially from YouTube. And these people need my done for you and done with you help to get more clients from YouTube organic. Now, if you understand your product and from the product, what kind of niche would buy the product, you have to segment the niche. And why it's important to segment a niche? Because if I say to you that, hey, just, focus on the B2C coaches, info product sellers, and growth operators, you will be like, okay, exactly how to do that. But if you segment the niche into 3 different parts, and always there is 3 different, there is the beginners, there is the intermediate, and there is the advanced people. So for an example, let's talk about growth operators, because that's a very example. A beginner growth operator doesn't even have a client. So if you want to attract those types of people to your content, you have to create a content like how to get clients. Those would attract growth operators. Secondly, intermediates. So intermediates people make around the whole big niche, or what's the cliche is, below the average. So for example, if an advanced growth operator makes $10,000 a month, for example, easily, then an intermediate growth operator would be making 1.5K a month. So you can attract those types of people with content like, how to scale, or how to, get consistent cash flow, and how to get consistently clients, and these types of content. Now, when we come to the advanced ones, those are again different problems. So for example, if they make 10K a month, like it's going to be like how to work less and enjoy more your money. Like for example, this is an idea that I had in my mind. But it's really important because you have the product, you have to understand who would buy the product from the niche. Because for my product, not exactly would buy this kind of product. Of course, if I'm talking about people who are beginners, intermediates, or advanced about YouTube help, then they are going to be only the beginners who would buy it. So for example, if I'm selling done for you, done with you help to get more clients from YouTube, what is going to happen is the advanced people who have like, I don't know, 100K subs on YouTube, they wouldn't be interested in this help. They would be interested, let's say, just one part of my knowledge, for example, an organic VSL. But I want to help those people who don't have a clients from YouTube and get more. So with that said, only the beginner people would be interested to watch this. So I understood that from the segmentation, I have to target the beginner people. And how you do that is simply after picking the niche and segmenting the niche to beginner, intermediate, and advanced, you ask the question, who would buy my product right here? And if you understand that, you have the exact niche you need to target. And it's completely the same for every single niche. So if you, for example, target SaaS founders, it's same. There is the beginner, there's the intermediate, there's the advanced. And those different types of SaaS founders are going to have different problems. And through the different problems, you can attract them and you can target them specifically. Of course, it's not the same as running ads, but you can be more specific. So, for example, I could create a video where the advanced people will also watch and the beginner people, but that's not a problem. The only problem is when you are selling a beginner product and you're trying to sell it to advanced people. So that's why you need to be very, very much aware of exactly what is the niche you're selling, what is the segmentation of the niche, and from the beginner, intermediate, advanced, who would buy your product. And if you understand that, you can go into understanding how to get in front of them, because that's completely different than understanding who you're targeting. Now, with that said, I already, told you how to get in front of them, because it's all going to be about understanding their pain points. Because YouTube is like a market. YouTube is a market. Like, there is a problem and there is a need. There's a demand and there is a supply. So there is a demand for people to get their problems solved, and there is a supply with views. So here they are not paying you with their money, but they are paying you with their time and attention. So how good you're solving their pain points is going to decide how much views you're going to get. So that's why it's really important to understand their latent conditions, which is basically their pain points. Now, exactly the latent conditions means is how their mind is psychologically pre-written. Because if you understand how someone's mind is pre-written, you can create content specifically for them. And how you do that is very simple. Basically, you can ask based on data from ChatGPT to tell you the latent conditions of the niche, meaning the pain points, the problems, the desires, the goals, the aspirations, the fears, the dreams these people have, which can in turn give you better content ideas. Or if you had sales calls, what you can do is hop on the sales calls and with ChatGPT's help, summarize all of that into pain points and their dreams and desires and every single thing that would be considered as understanding someone's psychological pre-programming. And if you understand them, you have this list of the pain points, dreams, desires, and blah, blah, blah. What you can do is take these with outlier type of content on YouTube and get it through ChatGPT, meaning that you take the outlier, you take the pain point, and you say ChatGPT, give me content ideas where you implement the pain points of my niche to these outliers. And when you have that, you're going to get to work and start creating content. Now, exactly, what is an outlier? Maybe you heard about it and maybe you don't, but if you don't know what, it's really important for me to explain it. Outlier is a type of content which performs better on a person's channel compared to the other content that's already there. So meaning, if I post 10 content and every single content gets 1,000 views, and one of them gets 10,000 views, that means that this is a 100x outlier. So compared to the average views I got, this video performed 100 times more. And why this is important is because if you have outliers saved down, as you can see in this exact playlist I have right here, like 126 outliers saved down for myself to use in future content, what's really going to happen is that you're going to have pre-validated content ideas. Because as in a similar way, what happened? Sorry guys for that. Sorry guys for that. In a similar way, how YouTube is a market, or if in the market you are, you have to validate your offer, you have to validate your content idea. And how you can do that the best way is you take validated content ideas and you simply put your own twist to them by understanding the pain points of your target audience and simply fusion. And simply with a ChatGPT fusion, you have the right content ideas and you can get to work. And this is exactly how you can understand who you need to target and how to get in front of them. This is how simple it is. Now, of course, you may need some help here and there. So with that, you can DM me on IG and I can help you out, or you can book a call with me and I can help you out with everything here and also a bunch of other stuff. Okay, with that said, let me show you an example from Master Iman Gadzhi. I was studying exactly his content. So take a look at this. These are the top videos that he These are the top videos that he produced on his channel, on the business channel. So for example, how to make 100K per month with WOP, step-by-step training. So for example, this one isn't for exactly beginners, because a beginner isn't about thinking how to make 100K a month. The beginner is more about, okay, getting my first client. Of course, a beginner would watch this type of content because he's interested in how to make 100K a month. He wouldn't take any kind of action if Iman Gadzhi says like, hey, if you want to get to 100K a month, book a call down below. So as you can see right here, Iman Gadzhi is targeting the more advanced type of people. Or a similar fashion, how I built a 100 million personal brand full breakdown. This is more for the advanced people. And as you already know, Iman Gadzhi has two channels. One is the channel where he's posting continuously this very beginner type of content where he has millions of followers. And the second one is his business channel where these types of content are going really, really well. So for example, how I made $92.7 million with digital products. So you can just copy me. And this video isn't for a beginner, it's more for the advanced people. Similar fashion, how I made 20 million with one YouTube video. And this is something I'm going to talk about in a second. But this is exactly how I mentioned understanding the pay points of the people and creating your content exactly for them. How to run a top 1% team fully remote. This has 28,000 views. Would a beginner watch this? Of course not. Of course not. Or for this, my content system to passively sell 1 million a month in info. Would you watch this video if you would be a beginner? Of course not. This is not for you. This is exactly not for you. So, for example, your favorite gurus are broke. Let me explain. Of course, this would be more beginner, intermediate, and advanced, but this is more talking about those people who are already they are already aware enough, they understand that there are gurus in the niche and people just want to scam you. With that said, you understand right here how understood that Iman Gadzhi wants to sell a product which needs to be sold to a more aware audience, to a better audience. So he understood the niche of he has a similar niche like info product sellers and growth operators. And what he's doing is targeting more the intermediate and advanced people because that's the product he wants to sell. And this is how he's doing it. Like he understands the pain points. So, for example, how to run a top 1% team or how to create content, like a content creation system. A lot of people I've seen from my sales calls have this problem. They want to solve this problem. So that's why this content is performing really, really well. Now, with that said, in a similar fashion, he's taking a look at outliers. So for an example, this one is an outlier that have been going for a while, like how I made X, Y, and Z, so you can copy me. This has been going for a while, and he just did the same, but for a different type of audience, with a different type of problems these people face. Now, with that said, if you have the views, if you are in front of your target audience, how to actually get money from them, how to convert them from just viewers who are just watching the video into buyers. Now, with that said, how to get them to buy. So remember this, like, do you remember Iman Gadzhi posting a video where the best online business to start as a beginner in 2024? Now, this was the exact video, and this got, I don't know, around 10 million views, and he cash collected from this $20 million. This is the video he's talking about right here, like the thumbnail right there is exactly the same. This video cash collected him $20 million, like give or take, at least that much. And do you know what is this exactly? This is an organic VSL. And now, if you're new to this, you're like, bro, what the heck is an organic VSL? Now, an organic VSL is an educational long form YouTube video with hidden persuasion techniques inside that sells your product to the viewer without them feeling sold to. And why this works really well is in these simple videos, you're not forcing anyone to buy your product. You're making them realize that your product is the best way to go forward. That's why this video was able to get 20 million views and $20 million cash collected. So to think about it, like, this will be really the secret for your conversions. And let me explain why, okay? Because think about this. There is a sales call and there's a YouTube funnel. Like, what's the underlying difference between a sales call and a YouTube funnel? While you're in a sales call, you're talking to someone like one-on-one on a screen. What is happening is that you're convincing the other person that what you have there is the best one. As an example, you're convincing someone that doing lead generation done for you is the best way to move forward for him. And the YouTube funnel, what you're doing, like, you're just talking about how to do, done for you lead generation or how to do lead generation. The very big difference between those two things is that on a sales call, you're convincing or you're pre-shifting the beliefs of someone before selling them that what you have is the best thing that they can get. By understanding their pains, by understanding their desires, you're making a gap in between life and you're building the gap with a bridge. But on YouTube, are you exactly doing this? No, what you're doing is giving them value, and that's all. Like, hey, take my value, bro. Like, this is how you do lead generation, and bang, if you're interested, check the link down below. Like, why would they check the link down below? And this is why it's important for you to build a persuasive structured video, which is an organic VSL, where you're going to pre-shift the beliefs of the people. So when they come to understanding that you are going to do a call to action, they are going to be pre-sold on what you're already doing. So booking a call is going to be the only viable action they can do from there to get to their desired outcome. This is where you're going to build a gap between where they are right now and where they want to go. And this is going to be done through a persuasive structure with an organic VSL. Now, I'm going to explain quickly how this persuasive structure is. But to do this is so complicated that I have for you a 50,000 word, actually 45,000 word organic VSL prompt that I'm going to give you completely for free. As you can see, I'm gonna come here and show you the actual numbers of words that there is in this prompt. It's 45,000 words in this exact prompt. So I'm not going to explain this exactly how this works. What I'm going to do is show you how to use this after understanding why this is the best structure to create an organic VSL for yourself. And the link is going to be down for this exact organic VSL prompt for you to use it for your own videos and to create it for yourself so you can make more money, okay? So what is this persuasive structure? So firstly, there is a hook. Simple. You hook in someone. Like, hey, watch this video. Like, of course, this is not how you do it, but in the organic VSL prompt, there is my 5-step hook, which is implemented, which is basically explaining there you need to be a big idea, there needs to be a big promise, there needs to be a credibility, there needs to be a title and thumbnail validation, and there needs to be opening a loop. This is how you create a good hook. And after you have done this, people are going to stay and watch your video. And the second thing you're going to do is very important because if you mess this up, no one's going to buy from you, okay? This is what we call a belief shifting. So this is where you take someone from where they are right now to a point where they are able to buy your product. So what do I mean by that? So if I right now want to sell you a program to lose weight, and you want to lose weight in a form where you have to just take in a magic pill and you'll lose the weight. And if I tell you that, hey, you have to go to the gym and do this and do that, you're going to be like, I'm not going to buy this. And why are you not going to buy this? Because your beliefs internally are not aligned with what I'm going to sell you or what I'm trying to sell you. So what you need to do is change the beliefs of the person in order for you to sell the product. And this is what we are doing. We are shifting the beliefs. So what I'm trying to sell you is going to be easy for you because you are already pre-shifted beliefs are going to make you be like, this is the only viable option. And how you exactly do this is very simple. You understand where is your current situation of your target audience, like where they are right now. So for example, right now, you're watching this video, you don't have an exact target, targeting strategy, you don't have an exact content creation system and these kind of stuff. I understand that because I've seen from my sales calls, and I can shift the beliefs of you need this, you need that, you need that, you need that. And when you come to the last step, which is me pitching or doing a solo call to action, this is going to be easy because I made you go through some beliefs that my thing is going to be the best one for you. And of course, I'm going to give you an example when we are going to go through the organic VSL prompts, but until that, this is the only thing you need to really, really understand and grasp. Like, there is right now a stage where your client or viewer is, and you need to make them go through those steps, step by step, like shifted beliefs until they get to the point where they can buy your product. Now, when you have done that through your content, what you're going in the content actually, what you're going to do is give them value because every single YouTube content needs to have value. If you don't have value inside your YouTube content, people are not going to watch it, okay? And they're going to say like, this is just a sales mechanism. I don't want this, okay? This is it. This is why this is going to be a very simple value video. Like, that's all. Give the value. So, for example, if I've shifted the belief that you need my specific way of creating your content, I'm gonna give value about that because that's what I've been talking about. And I'm going to explain in simple terms, in as much detail as depth as possible on how this works. But when that's done, what I'm going to do, because there's a problem. If I have given you these beliefs that you're right now the point where you can buy my product, and if I give all the value for you to buy my product, well, why would you buy my product if I've given all the value for me, or I've given all the value for the viewer? Well, this is where we implement a big problem. Now, what is this exactly? So a stage 4 is where you implement a big problem that's inevitably going to be in the viewer's life. And when that's going to be is that we are going to, so to speak, explain how the value we have just given is not enough to succeed. So again, they have, been here, they started from here. I've made them go through to this point where they are going to be able to sell the product or buy the product. I have built trust because I've explained to them how this is going to, help them with the value. But now what I'm going to do is make them be like, of course, but you're going to still fail. And they're going to, fall down to the earth and like, oh, I'm still going to fail. But why? And what is really important here is to implement a third party problem, which is not going to make your value seem invaluable. Because then that's going to be too easy to understand. Like what you're going to do is like, for example, if I talk about how to, do the best content creation possible, okay, I shifted the beliefs that this is the best way to do content, and I give you the value on how to create content, then I need to give the problem, which is going to be, of course, you have the value, you understand how to do it, but still, because you're a beginner, you're never going to be able to do it on your own as fast as you could do it. Like it's going to take you years, months, like literal, like years of your life until you're going to succeed with it. So this is a problem which is going to inevitably be in these people's life, and they're going to fall flat on the ground because of this. And now what I do is I present my opportunity, which is my product for them to buy, which is going to solve this exact problem. And this is the opportunity where I do a soft pitch or a very hard pitch, but I like to go with the soft because they're on YouTube, where I'm going to say a soft pitch like, hey, of course, I understand your problem and blah, blah, blah. But hey, I have this product which can solve this exact problem that you have and which I have created for them. But this is exactly the persuasive structure when it comes to creating an organic VSL. And guys, I definitely know for a fact if you implement this, you're going to get so much money that it's incomprehensible, because I've done it for multiple people: Joaquin Badel, Seth Dyer, Jake Dawson, and other people in the industry. And really, the worst conversion rates we've got was a 10% conversion to $1,000 product. Like literally, like this is banger if you know how to implement this. So with that said, an organic VSL writer prompt. Because for me to do this, actually, to learn exactly how to do it, I studied the best organic VSLs word by word for days upon days upon days in order for me to really, really grasp how this is going to go. So with that said, I know how to do it, and that's why I've built a $45,000 word organic VSL writer prompt. And this has, 116 pages. As you can see, you can read through if you want. I don't advise you. But at the end, you're going to have this start of the fifth input, end of the fifth input. And right here, you can write in the very little details that needs to be implemented for the ChatGPT to be able to create it. So what you're going to do is write down the new opportunity, which is basically what you're selling. So for example, if I'm selling keto diet, like if I want you to buy my keto program, like this is how you're going to lose fat for you with keto, I can't do it until you are sold on the keto diet in itself. So firstly, I need to sell you the keto diet, and then I can sell my keto diet plan. And that's the new opportunity. That's keto diet. And I have to sell you on that. So right here, you have to sell the new opportunity, because this is what the belief shifting is going to be about. You sell the new opportunity. Then right there, you have to write down the big idea. The big idea is basically the idea of your content. So for example, if you want to create a content exactly about how to make $10,000 a month, and in that video you want to sell your program about trading, what you can do is write down how you're trading right here. So for example, the 101 forex trading. This is a new opportunity you're selling, and you write down the big idea, which is how to make $10,000 a month as a beginner trader in the current environment where forex is getting harder and harder. This is the big idea. You can write down the title. What is the title of this video? Trading is hard, but this new method is going to get you 10 is going to make you $10,000 in 30 days. Bang, new video title. That's it. You write down the title right here. And now here comes the belief shifting. This is really, really important because from here, the belief shifting must be done correctly. So, for example, if you are talking about the Forex example, we need to be able to understand where is the current audience who clicked on that video and where do we want to get them. Well, we want to get them to understand that one-on-one Forex trading is the best way to go forwards. So, what we are going to do is do the belief shifting. So, what is that exactly? Well, this is how it goes. So, firstly, you understand that they want to make $10,000 a month. So the first line of the belief shifting would be, if you want to make $10,000 a month, you need to do trading completely differently. This is the first line. The second belief shifting part is that the markets have changed so much that people who are following the old, outdated strategies, they're going to just be falling down and never going to make money again. This is the new belief that they need to implement in their mind. And the third belief is going to be that the best structure or the strategy right now in the world to sell or to make money with trading is where you buy at X time and sell at Y time. Bang, you have done that. And that is the next belief shifting. And then at the last, you write that, and this is what I call the one-on-one trading, like Forex trading strategy. And today I'm going to talk about this exactly how to do it. So this is where you would go into the value. Because they understand the beliefs are shifted, and there they are like, I have to know, I have to know. The beliefs are shifted. I know that this is the only thing that's going to work. So they are going to stay for the value. When they stay for the value, that's done. Okay, we are not going to talk about that. Let's continue this. So when you have written down your belief shifting process, you have to continue with your story because we are shifting the beliefs through your story. So as detailed as possible, write down your story right here. That's all. That's really all. Next thing is writing down the product. Very simple. Like, what kind of product are you selling exactly? Okay, that's it. Like, this is the product. This is what it does. It helps beginner Forex traders make $10,000 a month in 30 days or less. Okay, this seems too good to be true, but you know what? I understand my point. And what's inside the product is you're going to write down exactly what's inside the product. Okay, what's inside the product? Well, we have a community members, we have one-on-one coaching, we have group coaching, we have this coach, that coach, everything that's inside the product. And when you have that and you feel this out, it's going to give you such a good organic VSL back that you're going to be like, okay, let's get the money flowing in because I just won. Okay, let's buy the new car because this is crazy good, man. Like, oh my days, how great this works is just crazy. With that said, this was all the video exactly explaining how Iman Gadzhi's content strategy made me 12,000.4K in 30 days. I thank you so much for hopping on this. Link down below to book a call with me. See you later.